welcome to the Room of Requirement. Today is part 1 of 4 of a series that I'm going to begin. It's the Threshold series, The Master Key. Let's go ahead and dive in. There comes a moment on the path when seeking stops feeling like movement and starts feeling like repetition. You've read enough, you've practiced enough, you've tried enough, and yet something still hasn't turned. This is usually the moment people assume they're doing something wrong, or that they need a new method, or a more advanced teaching. But this isn't what's happening. What's happening is that you've reached the edge, where techniques stop working, and keys begin to matter. Most people spend their lives collecting tools, meditation practices, rituals, teachings, frameworks, beliefs. But tools don't unlock anything, unless the lock itself is ready. And this is the part almost no one is taught. There is a single underlying principle beneath every spiritual system, every initiatory tradition, every path of awakening. It isn't glamorous, and it isn't dramatic, and it doesn't flatter the ego. But without it, nothing works. And this is what I call the master key. Esoterically, the master key is not a technique, a symbol, or a secret piece of knowledge. It is the inner condition that allows any teaching to function at all. In the mystery traditions, the master key refers to the state of coherence between the nervous system, the emotional body, and consciousness. The point at which a person becomes capable of holding greater awareness without fragmentation. It is the alignment that turns information into initiation, practice into embodiment, and potential into lived reality. Without the master key, teachings remain external. With it, even the simplest truth becomes transformative. The master key is not knowledge. You can know everything and still remain unchanged. It is not desire. Wanting transformation does not create it. It is not effort. Trying harder often moves you further away. The master key is capacity, the capacity to hold what you're asking for. Most people ask for expansion without realizing what expansion actually demands. More awareness requires containment. More intuition requires regulation. More power requires responsibility. And more truth requires stability. And when the inner structure cannot hold what is being requested, the system protects itself by withholding access. This is not punishment, it is intelligence. Every tradition understood this. This is why ancient teachings were given in stages, why initiations took years, why knowledge was earned slowly through embodiment, not consumption. Because revelation without capacity fractures the psyche. And so the real work was never how to open the door. It was how to become the kind of being the door would open for. Here's where many seekers get lost. They believe the path is about adding more light, more insight, more activation, more awakening. But the deeper truth is quieter. The path is about strengthening the vessel. Your nervous system, your emotional body, your sense of self. Your ability to remain present without disassociating, collapsing, or grasping. Power does not descend into chaos. It descends into coherence. This is why some people practice for decades and never cross a threshold, and others shift suddenly, irreversibly, with almost no effort at all. The difference is not worthiness. It is readiness. Readiness is not something that you can fake. You cannot bypass it with belief. You cannot affirm your way into it. You cannot force it with will. Readiness is built quietly, slowly, through integration. It is built when you learn to stay with discomfort without trying to flee it. When you can hold emotion without being consumed by it. When your inner world stabilizes enough to support something larger moving through you. This is why so many people feel blocked spiritually. They're not blocked. They're being asked to build the foundation that they skipped. The universe is not saying no. It is saying not yet. Become larger first. Here is something most teachings won't tell you. The master key often feels boring. It doesn't feel like awakening. It doesn't feel mystical. And it doesn't feel like progress. It feels like discipline, stability, repetition, and grounding. And this is why it is overlooked. But this is a threshold where fantasy dissolves and real authority begins. Authority does not come from sensitivity. Sensitivity without structure leads to overwhelm. Authority comes from containment, from being able to remain centered while energy moves through you, from being able to witness intensity without needing to act it out. This is the difference between being open and being sovereign. Once capacity is built, something remarkable happens. The struggle disappears, not because life becomes easy, but because resistance dissolves. Synchronicities increase, timing aligns, and effort drops away. Not because you learned a new technique, but because your system can finally hold the current. The lock turns because the key fits. This is why the master key cannot be given early. If I had told you this at the beginning, you would have ignored it. You would have wanted something more exciting, more immediate, and more impressive. But now, after disappointment, fatigue, and repetition, you can hear it. Here's the quiet truth behind all of this. Nothing is being withheld from you. You are not behind and you are not failing. You're being shaped, and shaping takes time. When you stop chasing transformation and start building capacity, everything begins to reorganize, not dramatically and not all at once, but steadily, irreversibly. And one day you realize you didn't unlock the door recognized you. This is the master key, not a secret and not a shortcut, but the thing beneath all things. And once you see it, you stop searching for answers and start becoming the answer. If this landed, let it land fully. There is nothing to do with it yet. Just notice what it stirs within you. Okay, that's all I have for you guys right now. Stay tuned for part 2, 3, and 4 that will be out within the coming weeks. I will see you guys later. Thank you for sticking around. Bye.